All right, welcome to Eyes Open Media. All right, so you guys see the headline title here. It's not surprising to any of us, especially us on Eyes Open Media. It's definitely not surprising because we have our eyes open to the truth, right? So it says that U.S. voters scared of Trump and Clinton. Okay, that's what from the recent polls. Okay, this article is coming out today. So it's from a recent polls. That U.S. voters are scared of Trump and Hillary. Now, I mean, if you look at this, I can't even imagine that these two are the people that we Americans have to pick, which we're not going to pick, as you guys already know that. But these are the two that we're going to pretend that we're voting for in the elections. And this is crazy because Hillary Clinton is going through an email scandal, and she has a Benghazi scandal. She has a Fast and the Furious scandal, Benghazi, and she has an email scandal. How in the hell could you have? Can you imagine a black man or a Mexican or a Cuban or a Puerto Rican or any an Indian, any indigenous people with the same corruption of Hillary Clinton, and I mean, my goodness, you would probably be in jail for 90 years. You probably get 3 life sentences. But yet, Hillary Clinton is about to become or could be the president of the United States. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, how can this be? I mean, you got Benghazi scandal, you got Fast and the Furious scandal, you got all these scandals that she's been in, and then you have the most dominating one, which is the email scandals, where she's giving top secret information out and leaking of all emails and things. I mean, and she's setting up I mean, they got emails where she's setting up the U.S. soldiers to be killed, and all this craziness is in her emails. But yet she could be the president. I don't know who's voting for her, first of all. I don't know who's voting for Hillary Clinton because I don't, and if you are voting for Hillary Clinton, you must be very silent because all throughout my social media feeds, it's Bernie Sanders and Trump. I don't know anybody voting for Hillary Clinton. And they are, they're doing it in silence, okay? Which is disturbing as well because that's how embarrassing she is that you have to actually vote for her or have her back in silent. I don't see anybody repping Hillary Clinton on my news feed at all. Okay, I don't, you know what I mean. I don't know anybody repping her on any social media platform. So the fact that she even has the vote over Bernie Sanders right now is mind-boggling because when I look at Bernie Sanders and I see the lines outside that are drawn for Bernie Sanders compared to the lines for Hillary, there's no comparable. I mean, the lines for Bernie Sanders go 10 blocks down. The line for Hillary Clinton is like 2 blocks. So either we're being lied to and they're changing the votings at the machines or something's going on because Bernie Sanders has way more. When I see it on the mainstream media and when I see it on my social media, Bernie Sanders has way more support than Hillary Clinton. But yet Hillary Clinton is ahead and about to almost could be the next president. I mean, this is absurd. So it looks like there's a lot of fraud going on in the voter booths, which are changing people's votes from Bernie Sanders and also changing it from Donald Trump to Hillary Clinton. And remember, Donald Trump came out and even spoke about that and said that there's voter fraud going on, that his votes are being changed to Hillary Clinton. So if Donald Trump can come out and say that, then I definitely know that they're doing it to Bernie Sanders people as well. So this is why Hillary is in it, because Hillary Clinton was indeed promised the presidency a while back. This is maybe about 4 years ago when we started talking about a lot of this stuff on on Facebook, and I got, I started to get wisdom into this stuff, and so she was supposed to be the next president, and then they started changing their minds about her, and so when they started changing their mind, when the elite started changing their minds about having her as the president, they started to put all these scandals out about her. You see how that goes. So, but she was promised a position. She wants the position badly. But they started putting all these scandals out about her on purpose because they were trying to change their mind to have her as the president. Now they don't want now of course the elites on the Illuminati side, they don't want Donald Trump to be the president because Donald Trump is on the other side. He's the Knight Templar, right? So if you're on the Knight Templar side, you're warring against the Illuminati side. So you got the Illuminati's warring against the Knight Templars, right? So that's why some of the elites like Obama and his crew and other elites like the Pope don't want Donald Trump in the office, and so doesn't the Illuminati people of the China and the other countries like that are for the Illuminati and not for the Knight Templars. Now, in the other parts of the world that are for the Knight Templars, they want to see Donald Trump in there. Of course, they want to see their man in there. So it's two secret societies, that worship Satan, that are trying to get one of their, Donald Trump in there or out of there, and Hillary Clinton in there or out of there. So that's what we're dealing with right now. Prophetess Solomon said that there was going to be some type of surprise coming out of Hillary Clinton, and she's going to do something very conniving, according to the Lord. So the Lord says that Hillary Clinton is going to be doing something very conniving in the near future. Okay, and he also said keep watching Donald Trump because something is going to happen. It looks like he's going to win the election. Like Donald Trump head up with Hillary Clinton. Donald Trump's probably 51-48, right? So Donald Trump will win the election if he goes against Hillary. But the Lord says keep watching because everybody thinks Donald Trump's going to win the election, but he's not. Okay, so we got to just keep watching because the Lord doesn't want to tell us the ending of this. Now the Lord did say that they could actually have elections where people actually vote, but we still expect Obama to stay in for a season. So a season could be extra month, extra 6 months, or extra year. Okay. So we still expect that unless you guys pray against it. Now, if you pray against it, if we all come and pray against it, then, that's cool. You know what I mean? Prayer changes things, right? Prayer changes finances. Prayer changes your health. Prayer changes political agendas. I mean, look at all the ISIS and terrorist people that tried to do something in America, but they were foiled. The police saw it or a nearby standard saw it, and that's because people are praying against terrorist attacks in America. So prayer changes things. So if you don't want Obama in office longer, like he's supposed to be, because Obama has no plans on leaving the White House. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen that, but this is Eyes Open Media, so I'm pretty sure you guys have. Obama has no plans on leaving that White House at all. Okay, he thinks it's his destiny, it's his plan to be in there and rule as king. Okay. Okay, so he gonna have to get taken out by force. Okay, and so if you guys want to pray about Obama not being in the White House longer, then go ahead, man. But here's the problem: who do you put in then? Because they're either gonna put in Hillary Clinton or they're going to put in somebody else. It's not going to be. The Lord continues to say that Donald Trump is not going to win. And they're deceiving people right now, making everybody go towards Donald Trump, but then that's not who they're going to pick. Okay. So I don't know. Who could they put in? It could be somebody that's lurking underneath, that's in the Democratic Party or the Republican Party that no one really knows about. It's the same thing, like I told you guys, that happened in Iraq. We had all these names, Hakeem, and all these big names that were supposed to, take over from Maliki, and out of nowhere, Food Masoon, who became the president, he puts in a body, and everybody's like, who the hell's a body? And he's a finance minister. And so out of nowhere, Abadi becomes the prime minister, and all the big names don't even get picked. And that's exactly what could happen in America. So Obama stays an extra season, however that long is, and then um, Obama or somebody else in the government, because they're probably going to get rid of Obama if he stays. He stays longer. Americans are going to get very upset, and then something's going to happen to him, or he's going to leave the country. Okay, either two ways he's going to go out. Like Prophet has told us, either two ways Obama going to go out. Either Obama fly out of the country and leave the country, because remember he bought a house in Dubai, so he could leave the country and never come back, or we're going to take him out. The citizens are going to take him out, either one way or the other. Okay, but he going to leave after his season's over. Okay, if he does get to stay, if he does stay an extra season, unless you guys are praying against it, then the Lord could change it. But right now, he's going to be staying an extra season, and then the government will place somebody in. They could place Hillary, or they could place somebody else, but they're not going to place Donald Trump. Okay, especially if you give the U.S. government the permission to place somebody, they're not going to place Donald Trump. So just think about it. If Obama stays an extra season, we know Donald Trump's not going to be the president, because Donald Trump is having a hard time even being the GOP nominee. They don't even want him to be the GOP nominee. So you can't. You would definitely know that the government of America, especially the Democratic side and the Republican side, are not going to put Donald Trump in there, because he's having a hard time being the GOP nominee, even though he's dominating. Okay, even though he's flat out the man right now, they don't even want him to be the GOP nominee. Okay, so we know they're not going to put him in. So if Obama stays an extra season, we know Donald Trump is definitely not going to win the presidency. Okay, so what happens is, what could happen here? Here's another scenario. They could do the elections with Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, and Trump wins the election, and Obama creates chaos, martial law, right? So Donald Trump wins the election, and he's excited. Donald Trump's excited. I won. I'm going to be the new president. And all of a sudden, Obama implements martial law. And then Donald Trump can't get into the White House. There's no traveling is restricted. Everything's restricted. There's a curfew in America. All chaos is going on because there's martial law, and Obama gets to stay in the office. And he says I have to stay in the office because we're in martial law. You see? So something like that could also take place as well. And then what will happen is, once Obama leaves, then the government as a whole will pick the next president, which should be Trump because he won, but they won't pick Trump. They'll put Hillary in or somebody else. And then that would also infuriate the American people, right? Because Trump won the election, but the government puts somebody else in. Okay? And it's just like Iraq, when we all thought Hakeem was going to win, and all of a sudden Abadi came in there. We're like, who the hell's Abadi? Okay, so those are several things that could happen in this crazy ride, man, that's coming to America here. And, it's going to start in June, and from June to December, and then into 2017 is going to be a crazy time in America. We got to stay prayed up. And we got to keep our eyes open, because what's coming to America and what the prophets are seeing, it's just horrible, especially if Obama stays in office. Okay, because he has those borders wide open for a reason. We're supposed to have borders. Every country is supposed to have borders to keep evil out of their country. You know what I mean? It's not to prevent illegals from having freedom into the country, because you can come into America the legal way. Okay, it's for people, it's for terrorists to stay out. Okay, and when you have your borders wide open, you're allowing all types of terrorists, all types of evil people to come in the country by the thousands, and that's what Obama wants. That's why the borders are wide open. And this is what the Lord told some of the prophets. He said that the borders are not supposed to be open. And look at the Vatican. You go to the Vatican, they have borders all around the Vatican. Why? To keep people out. But yet the Pope keeps telling the Western nation to remove your borders and let these ISIS members and Daesh members and these illegals into your country to collapse your economy. Okay, but yet his Vatican has walls all around it for miles and miles of walls to keep everybody out and keep them in secret. You see, so hypocrites, right? So that's Obama's plan. Obama's plan is to bring everybody in and destroy the American economy and create chaos with all these different nationalities and terrorist groups and things of that nature. Because we're supposed to have the borders closed, and he knows that, but he doesn't. He doesn't care. Okay, so let's see what happens here in the next couple of months with this election and how it turns out. So right now, Bernie Sanders is hanging on. And we'll see what happens with Bernie Sanders. We'll see what happens with Hillary, and we'll see what happens with Trump at the end. And we'll see if Obama stays in office for a little bit longer. And let's see the consequences of that, because it's not going to be good for America if Obama stays in office a little bit longer. Okay, so eyes open. Talk to you guys later. Peace out.